guys, welcome to the first weekly reading vlog, which is already a week and a half late, so I've missed 1 week I said I would do, and it's already Thursday of the second week, so not off to a great start, but better late than never. So here I am. It's Thursday the 6th of July today, and I thought I would check in with you and let you know how my reading's gone so far in July. So at the moment, everything is all about library books. I've got 3 library books out at the moment, but only one of these is on my TBR for Tales from Two Trails this month, and that is Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. And I haven't started this yet, but I plan on starting it today because the book club that I'm reading it for is on Sunday. Today is Thursday, so I need to get cracking, although it's really thin. It's only 145 pages, so not very long. The other book from Tales from Two Trails that I'm reading at the moment, I'm actually listening to it, and that's the reading list. Oh, I've forgotten the author's name, but I'll put the book up here for you to see. Yeah, I'm listening to that at the moment on Scribd, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm only a chapter in, but yeah, so far it's made me laugh and made me feel really sad. So it's going well. I think what I'll do is when I've finished all the books, then I'll update you on my thoughts and everything like that, just to save me repeating myself in these vlogs. Yeah, so my thoughts on that will be coming when I finished it. The audiobook is actually, on the speed I'm listening to it, it's only 10 hours, so it shouldn't be too long until I'm done with that one. But yeah, so far so good, and I'm enjoying it. But the other book that I'm actively reading at the moment is Adulthood Rights by Octavia E. Butler. This isn't on Tales from Two Trails, but this is a buddy read that I'm doing with Leanna. And this is the second book in the, well, it says a Lilith's Brood novel, but I do believe it has another name as well, which I can't remember, but I'll put it up here. And yeah, this is just a really interesting series. Because I've read the first one, I'll tell you a bit about the first book, but you're basically following a woman called Lilith who wakes up in a room. She doesn't know where she is. She's like kind of being kept hostage by people she doesn't know. The last thing that she can remember is that there was a war, and actually what's happened is the human race nearly became extinct, but something happened in order to prevent that, and now she's being kept hostage and kind of being examined. And it's all about her finding out what's actually going on and who these people are and what they want with her and with the other people that they saved. And it's science fiction, and it's very otherworldly and just covers so many different topics. Like, me and Leanna were talking about it yesterday, and just, you know, Leanna was saying that there's so many different layers to this story, and that there just is. There's so much to think about in these books. Like, it kind of covers consent. It's very, well, science fiction. I was going to say it's very sciencey, but it's science fiction. But it is very much, like, Octavia E. Butler has very much thought about the biology of what's going on, and she goes kind of quite far to explain how and why things are happening, and just about genetics and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just really, really interesting. And in this story in particular, I can't tell you what it's about, I guess, because it's a spoiler for the other book, but it just kind of builds on the same kind of issues and ideas that went on in the first book. And yeah, I'm currently on page 191, just about to start part 3. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this one. It's a good read. And then other than that, once I'm done with these 2 books, I do plan on picking up The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, which I'm supposed to be buddy reading with Danielle from Bookcara. And Danielle actually messaged me yesterday and said that she's started it. So it's definitely like something I want to start as soon as possible. So yeah, very excited to get to this one. So those are my library books. And actually, I'm in the middle of so many books. I'm also reading, I've started Peyton Place, which is for my mum and I's Gilmore Girls reading challenge. And yeah, that's made me laugh a few times so far, but I'm not sure if I'm laughing with the book or at the book yet. We'll see. There's definitely some questionable things that have already been said, but it's a book that's written in like the 60s, I think. So that's bound to happen. But weirdly, I am kind of enjoying it. It is interesting, actually. It's not as badly... I was expecting it to be quite badly written, but I personally don't feel that it is badly written yet. I don't know if my mind will change as it goes on. I'm very, very just like 5% into the book at the moment. But Mum has not started it yet. I've asked her to start it about 10 times, but she has not. So pressurise her down in the comments, please, to get started. Oh, and I've just remembered as well that I have actually also started Isaac Newton by James Gleick. Glick, which is another book that's on my Tales from Two Trails TBR as well. So actually I've started 3 of the 4 books from Tales from Two Trails. That's not true. I haven't started Open Water yet, but I will today. And yeah, this, I'm only on page 16. This I know will take me longer because it's a non-fiction book and he uses a lot of words that I have to look up. So I know it's just going to take me a bit longer, but it's just shy of 200 pages, I think, so it's not actually very long. So far it's been pretty interesting. I've only really just started it, so there's not much that I've learned, but just talking about Isaac Newton's childhood and how lonely he was as a child, and how it's always been said that Isaac Newton was not a nice man. But yeah, just reading about his childhood and how his father died either before he was born or when he was like 3 months old. I don't know, very young, so he didn't really know his father. When he was 3, his mother got remarried, but the guy that she was marrying didn't want him, so she left him behind with his grandmother and then went off with the new husband and had a couple more children, I think. And then when that husband, who's quite a lot older than her, had passed away, she came back and then sent Isaac Newton off to school somewhere else. So she moved back home and then sent him away to school. Yeah, and there's just been quite a few little sad bits, because it was saying that there was I can't remember where these notes were, but Isaac Newton had written these notes about all his sins that he had done in his life. Yeah, one of them was that he wanted to burn the house down with his mum and his stepdad inside. I can't find it. I didn't invent it. I've only read 16 pages. Why can't I find it? That's why I can't find it. It's in the back. Yeah, so here it is. It says, when he was 20, a student at Trinity Cottage, he suffered a sort of crisis of conscience around Whitsunday and wrote down in private shorthand a catalogue of his sins. Among the early sins, he included threatening my father and mother Smith to burn them and the house over them, and wishing death and hoping it to some. He also recalled peevishness with his mother and half-sister, striking his sisters and others, having unclean thoughts, words, actions and dreams, and many episodes of lying and violating the Sabbath. Okay, that makes him sound really awful, but I think just like there were other bits that were said in the book that just made me feel sad for him, because, you know, he was just kind of a child that was pushed away, became very isolated, had fights with the boys at school, and just sounds like he just had a really difficult childhood. Anyway, yeah, I'm finding it really interesting, and I think, yeah, just when I'm not in the mood for fiction, I'll just be picking this up throughout the month and reading a bit more and finding a bit more about Mr. Isaac Newton. So that's finally it. How many books am I reading? Lots. Hey guys, it's now Tuesday, the something of July. I think it's the 12th today. I think I got the date wrong in my last clip, but yeah. Why does it keep going in and out of focus? Okay, I think we're in focus now. Things have been busy with work and just other stuff going on, and I just haven't felt like wanting to sit in front of the camera. So I'm going to extend this vlog for like another week and then hopefully put it out this coming Monday. But I have been reading, and the good news is I finished Open Water in time for my book club, so that was really good. I actually read most of this on Sunday. I just had the day to myself, basically. Spencer was out and I just sat and I read this, and I listened to the Spotify playlist that comes with this book. Well, it doesn't come with the book, but it's on Spotify and it's like the official list. I would recommend that playlist anyway. I really enjoyed most of the songs on there, and I think it did really like help set the mood for the book. So in this book you're following a guy from southeast London, and actually you never learn his name or his love interest's name. It's written in the second person, so it's like you thought this and you did this and you said this to them and blah 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 blah. And actually it was a bit hit and miss with when it got to the book club. Some people loved it, some people didn't like it. I was one of the ones that did really like it, and I feel like actually I got so used to it after a while that I just forgot that was like I just zoned that kind of part out. It just felt very natural to me, but it definitely didn't work for everyone. I am interested in finding like other works that's in that person. Now, because I wouldn't have thought that I would have liked it, but I did think it worked well, especially because this is a love story, but it's also about his experience living in London as a black man, and about him not being seen as himself but in society, but just seen as like a body and just as assumptions. And because it's written in the second person and he's saying you feel this, you did this, I really feel like it worked well to put yourself in his perspective, basically. And yeah, I did end up really enjoying this, and I gave this 4 stars. The biggest plot line in here is a love story, and he meets this girl who's actually with one of his friends, and he just basically falls head over heels in love with her straight away, and you can really feel that like intensity of how much he feels for her. But then it's also about, as I said before, his experiences with the police, just in society in general, and how he feels. Also a bit about his own personal life and what's going on within his family. And yeah, I thought it was a really good book. Very short. It was only like 145 pages, so something that can be picked up and read within one sitting, I would say. It's probably quite effective to read it in one sitting, because you can just really get engrossed in it, especially with the soundtrack. There's a lot of talk about music in this book as well, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, it was good. I recommend. I've also been carrying on with Adulthood Rights and really enjoying this one. This is the second book, as I said before, in the, well, I'm going to call it the Lilith's Brood novel, because I never remember what the real name is. But the first book is Dawn, and I did enjoy that, but I gave that one 4 stars. And I think that this is a 5-star read for me. I'm finding it fascinating. It's still about the same person, but you are following from a different perspective. And I'm just fascinated with that storyline, and just about like certain sciencey things that are happening and that are going to happen very soon, hopefully in the last part of this book. And I'm just really interested to see where it's going. And I really love the perspective that we're following from. I'm on page 257, so I'm on the last part 4. And then, yeah, then I'm done with this, and then that can go back to the library. And I actually own the third one now, because I got it for my birthday. So this is the only one I don't own, but I think I'm going to buy it, because I can't have 1 and 3 and not 2. That's just insanity, right? But yeah, really enjoying this. And think if you, yeah, I'll talk more about it when I'm done. I won't gush about it now. So because I finished Open Water, I thought I would pick up my next read, which I'm actually prioritising The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This has been on my TBR since like February or something ridiculous like that. I got this out of the library. I need to read it so I can give it back. And Danielle, who I'm buddy reading it with, has already started. So I picked it up Sunday night after I finished Open Water, and I mean, I'm only on page 16. The writing in this book is super small, guys, like tiny writing. But I did have to have a bit of a recap for what happened in book 2. So this is the third book in the Winter Night trilogy. And I didn't read book 2 that long ago, but like, there were things that were being said at the start of this book, and I was like, wait, what? What happened? I had to go back and read a little summary, so now it's all much more back in my head. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with this one. I have enjoyed the 2 books that I've read a lot when I've been reading them, but I do find, like, it happened with the first one as well, a lot of it just disappeared from my head when it came to reading the second book. Granted, I did read it about 2.5-3 years before picking up the second one, so I thought that it was because of that. But because I read the second one so recently, but all that has kind of gone, like, it has made me wonder, like, did I rush through that book too fast and not take it in? So I'm gonna try, I know I'm buddy reading this, but I'm gonna try and read it at a bit of a slower pace so it doesn't completely leave my head as soon as I put it down. With regards to Tales from Two Trails, the book that I'm reading from that game at the moment is The Reading List, which I'm listening to, but I haven't listened to it all week. I was really enjoying it when I first started listening to it, and I just think, because I've just started working again and just, I've got lots going on in my head, so I just haven't wanted to listen to a book while I've been commuting. I just wanted to listen to music, so that's what I've been doing. But hopefully this week I'll pick it back up and start listening to it again, because I don't want to have to restart it. I've only listened to about an hour or so of it, so yeah, I'm enjoying that. I am supposed to be filming my book haul this week, but like I say, I haven't been in the mood to chat at the camera, so I don't know If I'm going to wait until next week for that, I might wait until next week. I've been really rubbish. I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah, sometimes it's just difficult to sit yourself down in front of the camera and make sense. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. And yeah, let me know what you're reading. But I'll update you anyway as the week goes on. So I'll chat to you in a bit. Hey guys, I just finished filming my haul and now I'm pumped on new books. I'm so excited going through everything that I got recently. That video hopefully will be coming out on Thursday. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump on. It's actually Sunday now, Sunday the 17th I want to say. And yeah, so I'm going to make this my last clip and then edit it and put it up, and then hopefully tomorrow start fresh. I really want to do weekly vlogging because it's actually the easiest way to kind of talk about the books, and I think vlogs are fun. I really enjoy watching them, so hopefully you guys will enjoy the vlogs too. And yeah, anyway, so hopefully next week I will be better at it. But update, so I finished Adulthood Rights by Octavia E. Butler and absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. So much to think about, as I think I already said before, but this book and this series is just so interesting to think about. There's so much going on, and just thinking about the way the human race is and the way we treat each other and the way we deal with differing opinions and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's all in here. And actually, I was saying to Liana, who I'm buddy reading this with, I really feel like this series could have been written last year. Like, it was actually written in the 80s. So I think, when did this book come out? Was it 88? Yeah, first published in 88, and that's a fairly long time ago. I would think that if you read a book from the 80s that it would feel dated, but this doesn't. Like, it feels very kind of forward thinking. Like, even now there's lots of kind of in-depth discussions about very kind of prevalent topics now, but I suppose they've always been prevalent. But it's not only the subject matters that I think feel modern, I think it's also just the writing style feels very fresh and modern as well. Yeah, really forward thinking and just examining the human race and very scientific, and it just feels, yeah, it's just good. It's just a good book, I think. And I think if you're interested in biology and genetics and thinking about the way humans are and thinking about our prejudices and also thinking about things like colonization and stuff like that, I think you would like this series. The character that you follow in this book, I think I said before that you follow the same character but from a different person's perspective. That's not true. Like, that was a lie. It is a completely different perspective in this book. But what I meant was, you're not in like a different place. Like, there's still characters from the first book in this, but you are following from a different perspective. And I love the perspective in this book. I really love that character. And I'm excited to see what happens in the final book. I do actually have it here. I just showed it as part of my haul. It's actually this one, Imago. I still don't know how to say that. This is the 3rd and final book in the trilogy. So I'm excited to read it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. That is done and dusted, and this can now go back to the library. And the next book on the list that I'm currently reading is The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. I'm now on page 42, 43. And, oh, part 2. I'm nearly in part 1. Who knew? Enjoying this as well. It's weird to read because it's really hot at the moment, and this is obviously set in the snow and stuff, so that's weird. But story-wise, it's just kind of kicked off like straight away, but it's the 3rd book in the series, so I guess that's to be expected in some ways. But yeah, there's a character in here that I hate, like absolutely hate them, and when I'm reading about them, it just makes my blood boil. Almost to the extent of one of the characters in The Live Ship Traders, but not quite as much hate for that character. If you know, you know the character that everyone hates in The Live Ship Traders. If you've read that trilogy, I hate that guy. But yeah, doesn't make my blood boil as much as the other one. But yeah, anyway, my point is, it must be a good book if it makes you feel that emotion, I think. I'm intrigued to find out what's going to happen. And yeah, there's things that have already been said. I don't know. It's just, it's an emotional read already. Let's put it that way. I haven't been reading anything else, to be honest. I've been a bit kind of out of it the last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end this here, and then I will start my new vlog, and in that talk about what I'm planning on reading for the next week, and hopefully get into a rhythm of weekly vlogging, which will be good. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are all good. I would love to know what you've been reading this last week and how you're doing and everything. Yeah, so please do leave a comment down below if you would like to. I always love it when people comment, and yeah, hopefully I'm getting into the rhythm of my job now, so hopefully I'll be much better at YouTube. I've got so many people's videos to watch I need to catch up on. Well, I'm so far behind that I need to kind of just look past the last week and start watching videos again and just getting back into the rhythm of booktube, because yeah, I'm missing it. I've been watching all of YALC, people's YALC videos, Young Adult Literary Convention, I think it stands for, and there was loads of people last weekend down in London and meeting up and everything, and I got jealous. I was like, I want to meet my booktube friends. So yeah, hopefully maybe next year we can organise an event or something, or at least a little meetup. I have a lot of booktube friends in the States, so I'm well up for going to America to meet people. So yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.